What is up, everybody? Today I will be showing you guys my custom Marvel Legends Iron Fist. I am very happy how this guy turned out, and I'm super excited to showcase him for you guys. He was pretty fun to make and fairly simple at that. Alright, let's kick off the showcase of this guy. Here we have Iron Fist himself, Mr. Danny Rand. Correct me if I am wrong, but if I am not mistaken, he comes out in a few comic books looking like this, with his hands wrapped and his feet wrapped like that. And that was the inspiration behind making this custom. Really like the way it turned out. And let's get into the articulation. Alright man, let's rock and roll. His head looks up, his head looks down, full 360-degree rotation. Just be careful with that bandana. There we go. His shoulders come up about that much. You can hit a beautiful T-pose. Look at that. Full 360-degree rotation at the shoulders. Butterfly joint, of course. This is a little bit loose. This is an issue I will address later in the video. I'm really digging the look of those pinless arms. Looks really good. And of course, double jointed elbows. It's a little bit stiff. It is kind of cold today. Articulation at the wrist. You can hit a 360-degree rotation. Let's put your arms down for a little bit. Ab crunch forward. Ab crunch backward. Swivel at the waist. Nice and smooth. He kicks up about that much. Man, those thread wraps look nice. Kicks back about that much. Double jointed knees, allowing for some beautiful poses. Try to see how far I can bend that knee. No, it's not too shabby. Articulation at the ankle, which really emphasizes those combat poses. This looks really nice. His foot goes up about that much. It's not too bad. Look at that pose. Man, that's beautiful. Alright, let's get your knee back in place. He was a really fun custom to make, and we'll dive into exactly what I used to make him, how I went about it. So let's get into it. Let's rock and roll. Alrighty. First off the bat, his feet. I used a Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Legion. Here you go. It was a very simple blow and pop. Since it's a Marvel Legends, it was really simple to just swap the parts out. However, I will say you want to wrap the feet first prior to putting them in. Again, you want to wrap the feet first prior to popping them in. Let's put you back here again. Next up, we have G.I. Joe Classified Series Tomax, or the Twins. You can currently find this guy at Ross. As of this recording, you can find this guy at Ross. Go down to local Ross and pick this guy up. You will need him for the shoulders and arms. Get those Ross deals, baby. You just have to simply boil and pop his arms out. And lastly, you will need some automotive thread seal tape. This bad boy right here to make those beautiful wraps. Now this one I personally purchased at AutoZone. I'm sure you can find it anywhere. Let me showcase those arm wraps for you guys, just so you can get a good look at them. That thread seal tape is a very thin film, very easy to work with. This was very simple to make. I cut about 5 to 7 inches in length and sliced it down the middle with an X-Acto knife, just to make it very thin, to give it that realistic look, so it won't be so bulky. Same with the feet. The feet I cut about, I want to say 10 inches in length, and cut it 3 times down the middle. Sliced it 3 times down the middle, wrapped them around nice and tight, and at the very end of the tips, I just sealed it off with some super glue, like 1 or 2 little dabs of super glue, to make sure these bad boys don't unwrap. I wrapped his hands and feet prior to attaching them to the Iron Fist. I think it's the easiest and best way to get a really clean look. Man, he just looks really badass with his hands wrapped up like that and his feet wrapped up like that. Alright, next up, I'll be showing you guys how I went about swapping his arms and shoulders. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Okay, let's put you to the side one more time. These right here are the original shoulders that came with the Iron Fist. Oh, pardon me, let me just pick that up. Okay, so like I was saying, these right here are the original shoulders that it came with. That peg is very short and stubby. And on the G.I. Joe Classified shoulder peg, it's a lot longer. So what I did, I just simply snipped that tip. I cut it to make it as short and stubby as that original peg. One problem you will run into, or at least I ran into, when you plug it in, when you boil and pop and plug it in, it will be very loose. As far as rotating will be very loose. So what I did, in that little socket, that little hole right there, I put in like about 1 or 2 drops of super glue and baking powder, or baking soda if you will. As you let it dry, you keep moving the joint. That way it doesn't seal and get stuck permanently. This is the side that I fixed, and now he holds any pose without a problem. It's not loose at all. His butterfly joints are very loose still. This is how the figure originally came. I think I will make another video on how I go about fixing this, showing you guys that method of the baking soda and super glue. But yeah, that butterfly joint is loose. I believe all Pizza Spidey molds come like that. Here is the little bag in which I have all his extra hands and his original hands and arms. I'll get them out and display them for you guys here in a bit. So here we have all his extra hands. This was a bunch of fodder hands that I just wrapped up. I'm super excited to showcase you guys the options in the posing section after the size comparisons. So stay tuned for that. Here he is next to Luke Cage from the Defender set, Amazon exclusive, and my custom Marvel Legends Daredevil. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Venom and my custom Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Here he is next to Jada Toy Street Fighter Ryu and Chun-Li. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Wolverine and Cyclops. That is a jacket off a GPS lot, and this is a Mezco head sculpt. Here he is next to Mafex Hush Batman and Nightwing. Man, that looks really good. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Kingpin and my custom Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. And finally, here he is next to my Marvel Legends custom Punisher and my custom Ghost Rider. All right, let's get into the posing section. Let's rock and roll. Alright y'all, that wraps up this video. This is a very fun custom to make, very happy how it turned out. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this method. I'm super excited to see what custom you guys make. And let me know if you guys want me to do a video on either this Daredevil that you see here or my custom Ghost Rider. If it's what the people want, it's what the people get. So we shall see. Let me know down in the comments below. All right, here comes relaxing noises of Rain and Thunder and a beautiful view of these figures in three, two, one.